Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video we are going to see how you can create your own custom coasters with diamond bead designs, and the design that we are going to see today is very simple and very abstract design but can be made easily. So guys, let's get started. So for this art I am using this MDF coaster which is around 2 mm thick and it is 4 inch in diameter. I've got this from a local shop. It's very easy to find these coasters online also. You can find it on Amazon online. So the first step is to prepare your coaster, and for that I'm going to paint this with black gesso. So it serves two purposes. It acts as a background as well as avoids any kind of mold coming onto your coaster later on. So take a brush and paint it with the gesso so that you are ready with your background. And once it is dry, then we move on to the next step. So the next step was a simple abstract design. I just wanted to divide the entire coaster into various segments. So I just drew random lines connecting each other. The idea was that each of these areas that I am creating, I will be using two different colored beads to create alternate lines with that. So that was the initial idea, and to create a little bit of a gap or a void between these different areas, the border lines, the lines that you see, I was going to put the black diamond bead on it. So the black against black will be almost invisible and only the colored areas will come out as isolated from each other. So that was the overall idea behind this specific diamond bead coaster. But before you can actually start the art, you need to first convert the surface into a diamond bead canvas. As you can see that now the surface is sticky, so I have converted this into a diamond bead canvas. If you want to know how to do this, then you can take the Rising Genie membership on my channel and you can find the video on how to create your own diamond painting canvas for different surfaces. Okay, now here are the different tools for the diamond bead art: the wax, the tray, the pen to pick up, and the beads itself. So like I said, the first step is to put the boundary lines on the different pencil marks that you see, and so that's what we'll start doing. So one by one I'm going to pick up the beads and I'm going to put them on the lines. Please note one thing, that this is not correct in terms of scale. What I mean here is that every diamond bead has a certain dimension to it. So normally it's 0.28 mm by 0.28 mm, but 0.28 centimeter by 0.28 centimeter. But the problem is that the coaster size will be different. It depends upon what you purchase. So it might not necessarily act as the perfect grid width for a diamond bead coaster. So you can do a little bit of adjustments if you feel that there is not enough space left for two beads, so you can space out your beads slightly so that the end is not empty. So that kind of adjustment you will need to do while you are placing the beads, but overall you can place the beads just side by side to each other. Once those black lines are over, then the next step was to start filling each of these isolated areas. So the beads that I'm using for this particular art are the ones which are left from my original diamond painting of that vine and apple on the table. So I'm using the beads left from that, and also one Hello Kitty design that I did earlier. So there were some beads left from there also. So the way I have tried to chosen is either two different beads of same color gradient or contrasting color. So that was the original thought process on selecting the beads. So as you can see that along the border that the black line creates, I'm going to first put one colored line, and then after that I'm going to put another color line inside it. So that's how I'm going to fill alternating the colors. So I followed the same process for all the sectors on the coaster. So for one it was light pink versus dark pink, then it was yellow versus brown, then different shades of orange, different shades of red, green versus purple, and so on. So the whole overall idea was to select as random colors as possible and fill up these grids. Now when you will be filling the grids, at times you will see that there will be a lot of empty spaces which you are not able to fill no matter how much you try. So I think it's best that you leave it. Like I said, that this is not a symmetrical design. You don't have a pre-configured bead placement diagram which you can follow to put up the beads. You are doing it randomly, so there will be areas where there will be gaps you won't be able to fill, and you can clearly see on the screen that especially the areas where two lines are converging, there is always some gap. But that's okay, because overall design came out really nice and it looked really good. And also every area has a different shape to it, so it kind of looked cute after it was developed. So once you are done filling all the areas, then we'll proceed to the next step of sealing this design, because right now there are chances that after some time the beads might start coming off. So we need to seal this design, and which is our next step. So here we are, done with placing the diamond beads. As you can see that it is looking really shiny and really good, but we cannot use as it is, because the moment you'll put something hot on top of it, since this is a coaster, the beads might come off. So the next step is to seal the design, and there are many ways to do it, but we are going to do it by using ModPodge. You can also seal the design with the help of resins, but with ModPodge it's much easier and cheaper to do. So we are going to utilize ModPodge to seal the design. Normally you can buy ModPodge directly from craft store, but you can create your own ModPodge. All you need is water, white craft glue, and a small bowl to mix things. So what you need to do is take equal parts of your white PVA glue and water together and thoroughly mix it to create a homogeneous mixture. And once you have this mixture, that is nothing but your ModPodge. So as you can see that I'm taking 1 tablespoon of white PVA glue and 1 tablespoon of water and mixing them thoroughly together. When you are mixing both water and the glue together, please ensure that there are no lumps of glue in the mixture, because that will cause problems later on. It has to be a perfectly homogeneous mixture, and the best thing is that once you have prepared it, if there is some left, you can always store it in a bottle and use it later also. So that's how you prepare your own ModPodge. So once you have your ModPodge ready, the next step is to brush this ModPodge on top of your design, and ensure that you do it quite liberally. That means that every space between the diamond beads, every area where you have not been able to place the diamond beads, you have to completely fill this up with the ModPodge. So be quite liberal in putting this ModPodge on top of your design. Once you're done spreading the ModPodge, after that leave it for some time to dry, but we are not going to leave it until it dries completely. We are just going to leave it until it dries somewhat, especially on top of the beads. If that portion is dried, then we'll proceed to the next step. So here we are, the ModPodge has dried on top of the beads. So obviously when you apply the ModPodge, the shine in the beads goes off. So you need to remove the ModPodge from top of the bead. So for that we are using this lint free absorbent cloth. I'm going to spray it with water. So you can use damp cloth also, any cloth which is lint free. Basically we do not want to leave cloth particles and other stuff on top of the design, because there is glue there, so everything will stick to it. So you have to use a clean cloth. We do not want to leave any lint on top of the design. So with the help of this damp lint free cloth, clean up the beads completely, so to make sure that the shine of the beads comes back. After that, leave the entire thing to dry off completely. What you will see is that once it dries off, you won't be able to see any ModPodge, because it after drying it becomes transparent. So the entire coaster will be very nice. And guys, here we are after the finished coaster and sealing of the design. You can see that all the shine is still there, but at the same time the beads are now completely stuck to the design. Obviously if you'll try, the beads will come off, but anyway, we are not going to have wrestling match with the coaster. So after sealing, the beads will remain in its place. If you are using resin to seal the beads, it's going to be even more sturdy and none of the beads are going to come off, but obviously resin is costly and Mod-Podge is quite cheap. So I hope you guys found this video useful and interesting. If you guys liked the video, then please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also do subscribe to my channel for regular videos on different forms of arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.